it was, look, we need to figure out something that is supportive of all teachers in terms of building efficacy with more complex classrooms. And so I think the why part became easier because of our timing, but I think that's still very applicable today because of some of the gaps that we're seeing students have, but also regardless of the pandemic, we know classrooms are becoming more complex. And so what is the system? What is the way that, regardless of which school you're in or how much experience you have, there's a system in place that allows people to feel supported to meet the needs of the complexities, because they're not going to be reduced. I think we're all probably agreeing that the complexities are going to continue to be there. And part of it is it's providing supports so that everybody feels that, regardless of big school, little school, rural school, urban school. And then once you kind of get past that why, then I think it's also recognizing that there are contextual differences. And even at that point in time, there are schools that are able to leverage economies of scale that allow bigger schools maybe to, whether it's collaborative response or RTI or whatever term they wanted to use at that time, at that point in Grasslands, they just had ways of providing collaboration time where teachers could problem solve and work together. And we didn't have equity. And so the other part is the other half of the staff in other contexts, they weren't getting any of those opportunities. And so a selling feature was, look, we can do this and we can provide some equity, not only in process, but also equity in terms of time. And it took us a while to get to that with our half-day Fridays, but the selling of the half-day Fridays became easier because of the work that we were doing with collaborative response and the need to make sure that every teacher in every school had opportunities for collaborative planning and collaborative team meetings and what other layers that they needed to build in and embed into that time. And so you really build buy-in by seeing the advantages of what you're trying to do and the problem you're trying to solve, keeping in mind the contexts are different.